Okay, last meeting we're talking about listening, speaking, and writing. And now let's talk about lesson 1.5, which is writing. So, what is writing? Writing is a journey, not a destination. It's about the process of putting words together to create something new and original, something thought provoking, something that will make readers laugh, cry, or shake their heads in belief. So, in short, this writing is also expresses our feelings and thought which is we can make laugh, cry, or shake their hands in this belief. So let's proceed. So now, why is writing is not always easy? So there is some reason why writing is not easy. So writing is not easy because you can't make the same use of body language, intonation, tone, eyes contact, and all of the other features which help you to convey meaning when you talk. It is also very little of what you write is considered with the here and now, which is where many young children exist for a lot of time. It is also writing is not always easy because many children take a long time to master the skills of writing. If the teachers can occasionally type out a pupil's work, it is really does help those who are struggling with the mechanics of writing. It is also that writing is not always easy because some children are usually good in reading, not in writing. Because in writing, minsan, mas matatagalan kang magtuturo bilang isang mag-aaral or bilang isang future teacher, mas matatagalan kang magtuturo sa isang bata kung hindi marunong unang bumasa yung bata bago sumulat. So, next, why writing is a good thing? So, there is some reason why writing is a good thing. So, the first one, it adds another physical dimension to the learning process. Hands are added to eyes and ears. It lets pupils express their personalities. Even guided activities can include choices for the pupils, like copying activity or the story about the pet. Writing activities help to consolidate learning in the other skills areas. Also, particularly as pupils progress in the language, writing activities allow for conscious development of language. It is also that writing is valuable in itself. So, it is a good thing that before we teach students in the near future, we must teach the children first about listening, speaking, and reading, so that in that way we can easily teach students by writing. Okay, next we have controlled writing activities. So under the controlled writing activities, the first is straight copying, second matching, third organizing and copying, then fourth delayed copying, fifth copying book, and sixth dictation. So what is straight copying? Straight copying is an activity which gives the teachers the chance to reinforce language that has been presented orally or through reading. It is a good idea to ask pupils to read aloud quietly to themselves when they are copying the words, because this helps them to see the connection between the written and the spoken words. So, as what said from the references, which is our module 1, English 101, na mas magaganahan yung batang matuto sa pagsusulat kung mas babasahin niya yung story or sentence bago niya isulat. So, for example, bilang isang teacher or as a future teacher, magbibigay ka ng um, story about the rat and the lion. Then, sinabi mo sa kanila na sulatin nila tapos i-recite nila yon. Then, after that one, mas maiintindihan ng bata kung bago sila magsusulat, magbabasa muna sila. Then after that one, magsusulat agad sila. Okay, next. We have matching. What is matching? Matching is you can verify state copying by asking pupils match pictures and text, or to choose which sentence they want to write about the text. So, we have an example for you to understand what is matching for controlled activities. So, this picture is all about the girl who paint. So, when we use in sentence, pwede tayong makakabuo ng sentence na she loves painting, she is good in painter, then also she knows how to paint. So, by matching the pictures, we can create sentence. So, next, organizing and copying. So, what is organizing and copying? Organizing and copying can also be a good introduction to structured writing. So, minsan mas naiintindihan ng mga bata kung mas mag-search muna sila sa Google after sila magsulat. For example, about letters. Just like this, Dear my cat, Miami is fantastic. So, by that, marami silang marami silang makukuha na idea or makakabuo sila ng sentence kung mas uunahin nilang mag-search about in Google. Then after that one, pwede sila ring makakakopya ng ibang mga sentence na maaari nilang magagamit sa pagsusulat ng liham. So, let's proceed. So, delayed copying. So, what is delayed copying? Delayed copying is you can do delayed copying, which is fun to do in class for training short-term visually memory. Write a short, familiar sentence on the board. Give the pupils a few seconds to look at it and then rub it out and see if the pupils can write it down. Please note that this type of activity should not be used as a test. So, usually, may na-experience ako noon na yung teacher namin nagdi-discuss siya about English topic, about story, and the monkey and the cat. Then after that one, magbibigay siya ng sentence or which is the highlight about the story. Then after that one, bibigyan kami ng 1 minuto para i-memorize yung isang sentence ng point of view in story. Then after that one, she can delete all of the sentence that she can written in the board. Then magsasabi siya sa amin na i-recite namin yun kung ano yung mga sentence na ibibigay niya. So in that way, we can use it delayed copying. So that is not a test, but it is good for as a student na mas or teaching our children in the future, mas magandang bibigyan natin sila ng exercise gaya ng delayed copying upang para mas mabroad ang kanilang knowledge about something. Okay. Next, let's talk about copying book. Copying book, it is useful for pupils to have a copying book where they can copy new vocabulary, a little dialogue, something you want them to remember or whatever. Most pupils will keep to what you ask them to copy, but they should be free to copy things from the textbook, the notice board, and from other pupils. Some pupils will copy whole stories if they have the time to do it, let them. So, minsan, in writing, usually, more on copying talaga about story, about sentence, maggagawa ng mga activities. So, in that way, we can observe um, we can observe the performance of the children or learners if they improve their skills and abilities through writing. Just like essay, writing, and another, and each. So, in dictation. So, dictation. This is a very safe type of exercise if you can keep the language elementary and simple. And because you, the teacher, are the providing the actual language as well as the context. For young learners, dictation should be short, be made up of sentence which can be said in one breath, have a purpose, and be connected to work which has gone before or comes after, be read or said at normal speed. So, syempre, kapag magdidictate tayo, dapat mahina lang talaga yung boses at dapat concise yung sinasabi natin upang mas madaling maiintindihan ng isang bata yung sinasabi natin sa kanila. Dapat hindi yung mabilis or panandalian lang. Dahil minsan yung mga bata in the future, kasi minsan yung mga bata hindi magkakaparehong ng isip. Minsan may hindi kaagad na i-interpret yung sinasabi, hindi agad naiintindihan yung sinasabi ng teacher sa kanila. So, dapat mag-a-adjust talaga yung teachers when dictating the words for the children. So, next, we have guided written activities. So, under the guided written activities, we have fill-in exercises, dictation, and letters, cards, or invitation. So, we have fill-in exercise. Fill-in exercise, this is not require much activities production of language, since most of the language is given, but they do require understanding. With children who have progressed to level 2, they can be used to focus on a specific language in times language items like prepositions or question forms. For example, my pet. We have got 3 family pets. A blank, a cat, and a tortoise. The dog's name is Big Ben. He is a blank golden Labrador. He is beautiful. He has got big eyes and long tail. He is very friendly dog, but he is sometimes a bit blank. Dogs are expensive to keep, but they are very good guards for the house. So, just like for example, mas maiintindihan ng isang bata ng mabuti kung nakafocus yung story about specific to normal. So, just like this, maaari lang magbibigay sila ng words that connected sa story. Okay, next. Dictation. So, we are already done in dictation about controlled activities. In guided written activities, we have dictation also. So, what is dictation in guided written activities? This kind of activities will asking pupils to complete it in their own way. So, we have an example. You might like to try dictating only half a sentence and for example, I like blank, I don't like blank blank, I hate blank, I love blank. So in that way, mas mas madaling makakabuo ng sentence yung bata kung magbibigay ka ng unang words na maaari nilang dudugtungan ng ibang words na mas connected sa binigay mong isang dalawang word sa kanila. Just like, I like. So, what they like? For example, I like flowers. I like adobo. So, just like for example, in I don't like. So, what I don't, ano yung hindi gusto nila? So, mas madali nila yung mabibigyan ng dugtong kung i-base nila sa kanilang sarili kung anong hindi gusto nila. Just like for example, I don't like cat because blah blah blah. I hate you. I love you. So in that way, mas simple. Simple lang yung mga sentence na bubuuan nila pero mas naiintindihan natin. So let's proceed about letters, cards, invitation. Letter writing seems to be a popular language class activity, and it is indeed a useful way of getting pupils to write short, meaningful piece of writing. So, yes, of course, syempre, in letters, we're talking about writing. So magagamit talaga yung pagsusulat kung more on ang activities is letters, making cards, invitation. Naintindihan ba? Okay. So, let's proceed to free writing activities. So, what is free writing activities? In free activities, the language is the pupil's own language. No matter what their level is, the teacher should be initiator and helper. And of course, is responsible for seeing that the task can be done by the pupils at the level. The more language the children have, the easier it is to work on free writing. So, in free writing activities, bibigyan ng teacher ng pagkakataon na mag-build yung isang estudyante sa kanilang sarili. Kung ano man yung mga levels nila sa grade 1, grade 2. Minsan kasi, hindi lahat ng tinuturo natin mas naintindihan ng estudyante. Mas mabuti yung magbibigay muna sila ng mga naiintindihan nila bago tayo mag correction sa kanila. That was mean all about in free writing activities. So, let's proceed. Let's talk about what about correcting the pupils in free writing activities or work. So, if it's possible, this should be done while the pupils are still working on it. The teacher should try to look at the work being done, perhaps at the rough copy stage, correct mistake, and suggest possible ideas, words in each. Pupils should write in pencil and use a rubber. So, as what I've said earlier, na yung gumagawa yung mga bata ng isang activities which is sa kanilang sariling idea, then after that, magko-correct tayo, then magbibigay tayo ng mas tamang idea sa kanila, then at tamang words to construct the sentence para mas to enhance their writing. So, let's proceed. We have free writing activities. Under the free writing activities, we have talking about the subjects, word stars, vocabulary charts, topic vocabulary. So, let's talking about the subject. This is a short, simple conversation about the subject can be enough to get ideas going and collect thoughts. So, di ba, we experience na yung mga teachers bago tayo magdi-discuss, nagsasabi muna sila ano yung subject natin. Then after that one, pag nagsasabi na sa kanila, then magdi-discuss na sila kung anong topic natin or lesson. Pag naiintindihan natin yung lesson, marami tayong makukuhang mga words or vocabulary na hindi pa natin na nadadaanan, which we can use in writing sentence. That was a best example for this talking about the subject. So, we have word star. What is word star? This is a kind of activities wherein you put a keywords in a blackboard. This give the whole class not only words but also ideas about what to write. In the module, they provide some one example which is dog. How they can explain or describe dog and cat, I mean. So here in example, the dog is nice, the dog is good, the dog is brown eyes, the dog is friendly, the dog bites, the dog is nice. So in cat, the cat is black, some of cat is white, then the sounds of cat is meow. So I have some example of this are just like part of the body. So what is the part of our body? So in the box, I put parts of the body. Then after that one, in the keywords, we have an eyes, nose, ears, and itch, etc. So let's proceed. Vocabulary chart. This is vocabulary chart. Uses drawing and pictures to figure out some words that best for reminding of the words. We have some provide example, which is here. Butter, teapot, bread, yogurt. So in that way, children can produce sentence which is I like jam, eat up your breakfast. So in making chart that having a words, just like noon na experience ko na yung mga teachers namin nagbibigay ng mga words doon sa dinidikit nila doon sa bulletin board, din kami yung magbibigay ng sentence doon. So in that way, yung words nakakatulong sa amin upang mag-create kami ng sentence about that words that connected that words. Just like for example, beautiful. So in that words, I can create Bea is beautiful. So, 'di ba? Mas nakakatulong sa mga bata kung may mga words doon sa wall na nakalagay. Then next, the topic vocabulary. This is the way to build up by collecting related words. As what I remembered, bago kami magsisimula ng lesson namin, nagbibigay um, nagbibigay agad yung teachers namin ng mga words, then kinokollect namin yon. Then after that one, kami yung maghahanap ng meaning kung ano yun. So, for me, it helps topic vocabulary for me because it builds my um, skills to do more about it. So we have dialogues. Dialogic teaching means using talk most effectively for carrying out teaching and learning. Dialogic teaching involves ongoing talk between teachers and students, not just teacher presentation. Yes, in dialogues, it is very helpful for the students, just like tatanungin mo yung bata about kumakain ka na ba, nakatulog ka ba ng maaga kagabi. In that way, we can enhance the communication skills of the children. And the best example for this is you say hello for your classmate, just like the sample. Hello, Susan. Then hello, Tom and Anne. So the other one in the tiny bird, what's for lunch? So in that way, they can communicate each other through dialogues. So we have description. It is a kind of written or spoken that statement about something that enables a reader or listener to picture it. Example, by asking leading questions like, do you like? Have you got? Have you eaten? Have you been? So, under the description, we have collage. Usually, a large piece of paper or a board which it is made into a poster or a picture by sticking on illustration, text, and other materials. So, do you remember? I remember that sa eskwelahan namin noon, hindi talaga mawawala yung mga pictures na may nakakalagay na mga text. Just like for example, yung mga pambansang isda, pambansang bulaklak, may nakalagay doon ng aling-aling, yung mga lupang hinirang, bulletin, yung mga alphabets about ABCD, may nakalagay doon ng mga text or words that we can gain a lot of knowledge about those pictures. So we have picture description. So as what I said earlier na mas maiintindihan ng isang estudyante yung mga about environment classroom nila, just like for example, marami kang idinikit sa mga classroom mong mas nakakabuti sa yung estudyante. Like yung ABCD. So in ABCD, in A, we have an apple, aisle, in B, ball, C, cat. So through picture, they can picture out what that pictures mean. So we have letters. And letters is a piece of activities where the learners can motivate to write even in a simple way constructing a note. So in letters, it is very helpful for students to enhance their writing skills when they can write a simple sentence about making letters. Just like for example, this kind of example. Dear Merce, I am angry today, dear Thomas. Then they have a response. Dear Thomas, why are you angry? Why are you so angry? Can you tell me? Love, Merce. Stories. These stories is a pre-writing activities that pupils have something to write about and the words to express what they want to say. Oh, just oh yes, these stories that, 'di ba? Kung atin pang babalikan noon yung elementary days and high school days natin bago pagkatapos ng telling stories sa ating mga teachers, nagbibigay ng mga questions. So, in that way, the student will express what they want to say through that question that connected to the story. So next, the summary of do's and don'ts. The summary of do's and don'ts on free writing. So we have do's. In under the do's, this do's is talk about concentrate first on content, spend a lot of time on free writing, make sure that it springs naturally from other language work, try to make sense of whatever pupils have written and say something positive about it. Encourage but don't insist on rewriting. Display the material whenever possible. Keep all the pupils writing. So in don'ts, and that's all. Thank you.